Welcome to Wabin Photo. Today I'm going to show you how to use the tools on our book builder to custom create your own photo book. I've already logged into my account and I'm going to select the books that I want to show you how to modify. It doesn't matter which book you choose for the modifications because the tools are the same on every single book. So for this one I'm just going to choose a lay flat book with a printed hardcover. For this demonstration I'm just going to choose the linen design. I'm going to name my book. I'm going to manually place the photos, but you can also have it do autofill and that will do it from your collections. I'm going to let the book engine mix up how many photos there are in text boxes per page, but you can also select 1, 2, 3, or 4 photos per page. Once a page is selected, you can actually modify it with the tools I'm going to show you. I'm just going to start with a 20-page book. I can add and subtract pages as needed. Okay, now that we're ready to start building our book, you can see from the screen that you have multiple pages, pages 1 through 20, and each one has a slightly different design on it with different colors. All of that we can modify and make it fit to what we want the page to look like. So I'm going to start with page 1, and I'm going to click on the edit button so it'll show me the page blown up and I can make modifications to it. You'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen, I've got my photos that I can put in. If I click on the Layouts button, I have different page layouts. What this enables me to do is use from preset designs for the page. Each one of these pages can be modified beyond the preset designs, which is a really nice feature. I also have my Backgrounds button, and this is where I can change the color of my background. If I click on this part here, I can custom choose a color for the background. If I want to go even further, I can click the button below here and then it pulls up a custom color picker. I'm just going to stick to a pink background and use that. I'll go back to my photos. So if I want to place a photo anywhere, I can just click on the page and I can drag a photo into that box. The beautiful thing is you just put them in there and that's as easy as it is. Now you'll notice there's a pencil here. That is designed for putting text. I don't necessarily want to put any text on this page in that area, so I can click on that and I can remove that. If you don't put text in there, it actually won't print that box. So you don't have to worry about leaving it there if you don't put anything in. So now I want to modify the photos. You'll notice when I click in the middle of a photo, you get a yellow box with orange corners. This is how you can modify the box. So if you click anywhere in the yellow and hold down, you can move the box anywhere in the page. If you click on one of the orange boxes, you can resize the photo to what you want. So you can make it long and skinny, or you can rotate it by using the rotate tool on the top. So for this, I'm just going to make it a little bit wider, and if I click in the middle where the photo is, I can move the photo around within the box. Okay, so let's go one by one to the various tools that are on the bottom of the screen right down here. So the first one is zoom. That enables you to zoom in on the photo of the box that's highlighted. So I can zoom in, I can zoom out. The second tool is to rotate the photo, and you can make it the orientation that you want. The next one is the edit tool. This will enable you to pull up an editor and work on the photos and do much more refinement to the photo if it needs a lot of work. The border tool allows you to add a decorative border in a color around the photo. So I select white, and if I pull the slider to the right, you can see the border is increasing. I can change that color. If I like the way it looks, I can just hit close, or I can click on this button here and pull up a much more refined color wheel, and I can choose a lot more colors. Looks fine. I'll click close. The next button is an opacity button. What this is designed to do is make the photo so you can fade the photo in and out. This is very helpful if you want the photo to just be a faint image. So say you put a map on there or you put something you just don't want to have full intensity, you can use that. The next tool is called Set as Background. So if I want to make a photo into the background image, it will increase to the whole page. So what I'm going to do in this case is if I want to do a background photo, I'm going to click Add Photo. This will create a whole nother box where I can add another photo, and I'm going to drag in a photograph I might like to use as the background. So I put that there, into that box, and then I'm going to say set as background. If you notice, now all of a sudden that photo has become the background. Here's where the opacity button comes in handy. I can make that photo be less intense so it's really just truly a background image. The next button, I'll just click on a photo, is bring forward. So what this is useful for is, say I move this here and I'm overlapping this photo. If I want to bring this one in front, I click bring forward and it brings the photo. If I hit send backwards, it puts it behind it. So if you're doing overlapping photos, that's a really handy tool for moving the photos front and back. The next button is remove. Self-explanatory. If you want to take a photo or remove a box, that's what you use. The next button is add a photo. So if I want to add a couple more photos to this page, and then I will just drag a picture into that area, and I can move the picture within it. So I'm going to add another photo, and this one I'm going to make a little bit smaller too. I'm going to overlap the photograph over here, and I'm going to put a little picture there. So you can definitely have a lot of creative fun with this and make it look a little more interesting. One of the neat things and tools you can do here is, if you notice this photo, when it's overlapping that picture behind it, it does not have a border, so it kind of blends in a little too much. This is where adding a border can become very helpful. So if I want to add a white border to this and make it a little bit bigger, and you can see what it does, it almost makes it so the photograph is separate from the two. So I can also add a border to this one and kind of create the same kind of effect so that all of my pictures have a nice bordered edge. So if you're doing a lot of overlapping, this can be very handy to make it look like a collage. I'll put a border on this photo also. As you can see, I'm creating a custom design page so that each thing has its own separate element. Now, I don't think this page looks great, so I'm just going to do a little bit of fine tuning here. Alright, so now I've got a little bit of interest in the page. Now I want to add a little text. So if I click the Add Text button, you'll see it puts a big box here. I don't want a box that shape, so I just grab one of the orange corners and I put that there, and I can just start typing. And it's really small, so here's where the tools for the font come in handy. I can choose my font. You have a variety of different fonts to choose from, quite a variety. This one I'm just going to choose this font. I'll click close. Now I'm going to click my font size. This is very handy for making things big and small. You can see it's going very large and very small. So I'm going to keep it about that size. Make it a little bold so it stands out. Italic makes it a little more interesting. Align is a nice tool so you can center it to the left, the right, top, bottom, center. Gives you a little bit more ease of use. Font color, this is where you can change the color of your font. Okay, if I want to remove that, I can click remove. If I want to add more photo or add more text, I can add these buttons here. So just move it around and get it so it's a little more interesting. So I can put that there. I can add as many text boxes as I want, or I can add as few. It's really up to you how you want your page to look. But just remember, your photos here, you just drag and drop them. Your layouts, you can change the layout of the page using preset designs. You can change your background color. And you can also change each element that's on a page using the tools along the bottom here. Well, I hope you got a little information out of this and it helps you build a perfect book. This book builder or this designer is also used on our greeting cards and some of our other photo products. So once you learn it in one element or one part of the website, you can use it for many, many more products. If you have additional questions or want to talk to us specifically about building a book, you can always give us a phone call, send us an email, or come on into the store. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see your projects on our website.